I was doom scrolling on Insta and TikTok today, and I came across a few like motivational edits, and they were like shit like, yeah, you need to work hard, and I don't know, like showing clips of like money and cars and big villas and shit like that. And then I looked at the views and the likes, and it was like crazy. Like it was like 1 million likes or 500,000 likes or 300,000 likes. And I was like, why the fuck do people like this shit? Like, most of them, 99.9% of those people who like that video won't even be near those kind of things in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, most of those people are people who say like, I want to achieve all these things. And then you ask them like, what do you do to like, what are you working on that gets you closer to that goal? And then, I don't know, they don't know. They don't even know what they're doing. They do nothing. They goon and doom scroll on TikTok and Instagram, and then they call it like, yeah, where the fuck is my luck? And then they ask themselves like, yeah, where's my luck? Where is my money? Like, how can I win the lottery or shit like that? And what you guys need to realize is that the competition that you think that there isn't really as big as you think, right? It's kind of like a trend right now that like the whole self-improvement and making money thing is like a bit of a trend right now. But you need to realize that only even less than 1% actually work. Like when you see a motivational video like the ones I saw with 500,000 likes, how many of those 500,000 people will actually do something to achieve their goal, and how many of them will actually succeed? It will be probably like 500,000. Okay, let's take 1% out of 500,000, which is 5,000 people. Okay, out of those 5,000 people, let's say even if it is 5,000 people, bro, 495,000 people will only watch the video, then say like, oh shit, yeah, I'm motivated, I want to have all these things, and then they will, I don't know, keep scrolling, or I don't know, open Pornhub and goon. You know, most of the people don't do anything. The competition you actually have right now is really, really small. You know why? Because even if they're doing something, it will probably be so little work that it won't do anything in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like me myself a few years ago, or like not a few years ago, probably like 1 or 2 years ago, one year ago, the work I was doing was I was waking up, doom scrolling, then I would watch a few videos on how to start a business. Then I would maybe do like 1 hour or 2 hours maximum, like 2 hours of kind of focused work. And then I would say like, yeah, I did that shit. Like I worked a lot. And then I would go to sleep and be like, yeah, what the fuck, where's my money? And I'm not the only one who did that, okay? And I'm not the only one who, like, that situation is probably a lot of people right now. And then you need to think of how many of them, and then you need to think about how many will actually get out of that phase, because most of them will probably quit there, right? Most of them will be like, okay, I'm doing all of this work, which isn't actually a lot of work, and then they will say like, yeah, I'm not making any money, it's probably a scam, and then they will stop, and then there will be like the weird dope, and then those will be the weird people who comment like, yeah, it's all a scam, bro, and making a lot of money isn't possible, bro, don't try it out, it's all a scam, right? That's how they will end. Getting out of that phase is probably hard, because you need to get over the mental part of not coping anymore, right? Because when I was doing so little work and calling it a lot, I was probably coping a lot, and I was procrastinating a lot. That's why I didn't have any success during those times. So if you're someone who's already outside of that phase, who's doing 4, 5, 6, even more 8, 9 hours of work every day on that business, you are in that like less than 1%, okay? And you can be sure like, okay, my competition is nearly non-existent, okay? If you go like what I'm seeing, where I know like, okay, and what I do is trading, okay? And when you hear trading, you probably think of scammers and everybody does it, and I don't know, like every second guy on the street is a trader, okay? But me myself, I'm in a few like online Discord communities about like day trading. And when I go on those channels and then like, I don't know, maybe I don't have anything to do and I see like, okay, there's a message in one of those communities, I open them up and I read the messages. And it's so much bullshit in there, so stupid people who think that they will succeed with this, right? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That was me at some point, okay? Definitely. But the amount of people who will be like, yeah, bro, I took this crazy trade, and they will go crazy and they will say like, yeah, this is an insane trade, right? And I took this one, it was a W, I'm gonna succeed now, only a few more trades and then I will make a lot of money. And then I check out the charts and I'm like, what the fuck did he even do? Like, does he even understand what he did? There's like so much stuff on the chart and like weird signs and I don't know, fucking weird shit that doesn't even make sense is on the chart. And I'm not gonna say like every single one of them is like a shitty trader and doesn't know what he's doing, but 99% of them are. You know what I'm saying? And a year ago, me myself, I always thought like, why the fuck would trading work for me? Right? There's so many people out there on like in all those communities, and when I go on YouTube and check out like educational videos about trading, there's so many who watch those videos, and I'm like, why the fuck would it work for me if there's so many people trying it? Why am I special? And then now I realize why the fuck I am special. It's because I am doing way more work than they are, right? And I'm making way more progress than they are, and I can see the progress actually. I'm not some coping motherfucker who's like, oh yeah, I'm putting in 1 hour work per day. Where the fuck's my $10 million and my 50K a month? Like, bro, what the fuck? Right? So my point is, your competition is way smaller than you think, and most of them will fail. Most of them will think it's a scam at the end of the day, and then they will leave it alone. And most of them won't even do enough work to succeed, okay? If you are someone who's like, okay, I think I'm doing way less, I think I'm doing not enough, okay? You need to think about it, because right now I also think that I'm not doing enough, but at the end of the day, when I think about it, it's like, oh shit, okay, I went to the gym, I traded, I journaled, I back tested the trade in a trading week, I don't know, I recorded 2 videos, I edited 2 videos, and I posted 2 videos. And I'm like, what could I have done more? And then I think about it, and I mean, okay, I could have probably posted a reel. Okay, let me do that quick. Okay, short form content, bang, bang, bang. I don't know, make a clip out of it, post it. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. How much did I work today? 6 hours, maybe probably 6 hours per day. It's enough, bro. I'm doing enough. I know that I'm doing enough, right? And you might say like, okay, 6 hours isn't enough. A bit like, what's it called? Like a few months back, not a few months, even more, because a few months ago I was in the military. But before, bro, what the fuck? I forgot how to speak English. There was a time where I was doing way more work than this, but that's like the hard part where like, it's like do you notice one graph? What's it called? Like Glockal? No. I'm gonna put in a picture of the chart. So the amount of work you do in the beginning is the same amount of work you will probably do at the end. But in the middle, there will be a time where you will work the shit out of yourself, okay? You will work like 8, 9, 10 hours, maybe even more, 12 hours a day on that shit. But then when you get in motion, as soon as you get in motion, you can like let your foot off the throttle a bit, you know? Not fully, right? You need to still do a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the peak that I was working for every day was probably like 9 hours on my shit, and it was like after school probably, or during school time, which was insane. But now I'm doing like 3 hours less every day, around 3 hours or maybe 4 hours less, okay? And I'm still doing enough, right? Yeah, okay, I kind of tapped into another path right here, but let me rewind for a second. Your competition is way smaller than you think, okay? If you don't know if you're doing enough work, think about what you did on that day and what you could have done more or better, okay? And if you don't find anything, or if you just find small things, then do them, and then you can be like okay with your day, okay? Then you can, I don't know, play video games or something, okay? And this is a topic I also want to talk about, that bad habits aren't always bad, okay? So this will be probably the next video or something. But yeah, your competition is way smaller. Just do the work, check how much work you're doing, and then if you know it's way too little work, then just do more. And if you know it's enough, then it's enough. Like, don't overthink it too much, okay? We will all succeed, hopefully. Peace out.